Every 40 seconds, somewhere in the world, someone suffers a stroke. It can happen without any warning, without any pain, and without any visible symptoms until it is too late. Stroke is one of the leading causes of death and long-term disability, especially among seniors over the age of 60. The terrifying reality is that millions of people are walking around every day without knowing that their bodies are quietly moving closer to a life-changing stroke. Most people believe that strokes only happen to those with obvious health problems, but the truth is that even individuals who feel perfectly healthy can be at serious risk. The most dangerous part is that 99% of seniors are unaware of a simple daily routine that could significantly reduce their risk of stroke in just 7 days. For decades, the standard medical advice has focused on medications and surgeries, while ignoring the powerful natural strategies that can help the body heal and protect itself. Many people continue their daily habits, unaware that certain foods, daily stress, and inactivity are slowly damaging their arteries and increasing their blood pressure. The buildup of plaque, the hardening of the blood vessels, and the silent rise in inflammation can all lead to a devastating stroke, often with no warning signs. This silent progression is what makes stroke so deadly. It strikes fast and leaves little time to react. However, new research and real-life medical experience show that the body has an incredible ability to repair itself when given the right support. By making one simple change to a daily routine, adding a natural, science-backed drink made from everyday ingredients, seniors can begin to lower their blood pressure, improve their circulation, and reduce inflammation that contributes to stroke risk. This method does not involve expensive supplements, harsh medications, or complicated exercises. It is easy, accessible, and has already helped hundreds of people regain control over their health. Many seniors have never been told that something this simple could make such a difference. The medical system often overlooks natural approaches in favor of costly treatments, leaving people feeling helpless or dependent on pills for the rest of their lives. But the truth is that the body can change, the arteries can heal, and the brain can be protected. In the next few minutes, the exact recipe and routine will be revealed, offering hope and a real solution to those who are ready to take action before it's too late. Stroke is one of the most silent and devastating health threats facing seniors today. It is often called the silent killer because it can strike without warning, leaving behind life-changing consequences such as paralysis, speech loss, memory problems, or even death. Every single year, more than 6 million people worldwide die from stroke, and millions more are left permanently disabled. In the United States alone, stroke is the 5th leading cause of death and one of the leading causes of serious long-term disability. What makes this situation even more alarming is the fact that most people have no idea they are at risk until the damage has already been done. This lack of awareness is one of the biggest reasons why stroke continues to claim so many lives, especially among seniors over the age of 60. Statistics reveal that 1 in 4 adults over the age of 55 will experience a stroke at some point in their lifetime. The risk increases dramatically with age, but it is not limited to those with a history of heart disease or obvious health issues. Even individuals who feel healthy, eat reasonably well, and stay active can still be at risk without knowing it. The problem lies in the gradual, invisible buildup of damage inside the body that most people never notice. High blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, and inflammation inside the blood vessels can silently develop over years, all without causing pain or noticeable symptoms. This silent progression is the hidden danger that makes stroke such a deadly threat. Many people mistakenly believe that strokes only happen to others or that it is something that comes with old age and cannot be prevented. This belief leads to inaction, allowing the silent processes inside the body to continue unchecked. Meanwhile, the arteries supplying blood to the brain can slowly become narrowed or blocked by fatty deposits, known as plaque. This condition, called atherosclerosis, is the leading cause of ischemic stroke, which accounts for about 87% of all strokes. As the arteries narrow, the heart has to work harder to push blood through the body, increasing blood pressure and placing additional strain on the circulatory system. Over time, This constant pressure weakens blood vessels and increases the risk of a clot forming or a vessel rupturing, both of which can lead to a stroke. What makes this problem even more dangerous is that many of the early warning signs of stroke are subtle or non-existent. Unlike a heart attack, which often presents with chest pain or discomfort, stroke symptoms may be easily dismissed as temporary issues or even ignored completely. Some people may experience brief episodes of dizziness, slight weakness in an arm or leg, or occasional memory lapses. These minor symptoms can be the bogus way of signaling that something is wrong, but they are often overlooked or attributed to aging, stress, or fatigue. This lack of recognition allows the underlying problem to worsen over time until a catastrophic event occurs. Furthermore, many seniors continue daily habits that unknowingly increase their risk. Diets high in processed foods, sugars, and unhealthy fats can contribute to the buildup of arterial plaque. Sedentary lifestyles reduce circulation and increase inflammation. Chronic stress raises cortisol levels, which can negatively impact blood pressure and heart health. Even dehydration, a common issue among the elderly, can thicken the blood and increase the risk of clot formation. All of these factors combine to create a perfect storm inside the body, setting the stage for a possible stroke. The financial and emotional costs of stroke are staggering. Survivors often face long periods of rehabilitation, loss of independence, and permanent disability. Families are affected as well, as they must adjust to new caregiving responsibilities and emotional strain. Yet despite the enormous impact of this condition, prevention remains one of the most overlooked aspects of modern healthcare. The vast majority of strokes are preventable through simple, natural lifestyle changes that focus on supporting cardiovascular and brain health. Unfortunately, most people are never taught these strategies, and the medical system often focuses on treating the aftermath rather than preventing the event in the first place. Raising awareness about stroke risk and prevention is essential, especially for seniors who may feel powerless or resigned to the idea that stroke is inevitable. It is not. The human body is incredibly resilient and capable of healing itself when given the right tools and support. Scientific research shows that even small changes can produce measurable results in blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and arterial health. By understanding the real dangers and the silent progression of stroke, individuals can take action to protect themselves and their loved ones. The first step is knowledge, knowing the risks, recognizing the early warning signs, and being willing to make simple, consistent changes before it is too late. In the coming sections, the focus will shift from understanding the danger to learning practical, easy-to-follow strategies that can dramatically reduce the risk of stroke in just 7 days. The key is to take action now, before symptoms appear, and to commit to small daily habits that support lifelong brain and heart health. One of the most alarming aspects of stroke is the subtlety with which it can approach. Unlike other medical emergencies that often come with clear and unmistakable signs, strokes can begin quietly, with symptoms that many people overlook or dismiss as something minor or temporary. This is particularly dangerous because time is the most crucial factor when dealing with a stroke. Every minute that passes without treatment can lead to irreversible damage to the brain. Recognizing the early warning signs is not only essential for quick medical intervention but also for understanding when it is time to take preventive action before a stroke even occurs. The most common symptoms of an impending or ongoing stroke often involve sudden changes in physical sensations, balance, speech, or vision. One of the earliest and most telling signs is a sudden numbness or weakness, typically on one side of the body. This can affect the face, arm, or leg, and may come with a feeling of heaviness or a loss of control. For instance, a person might notice that they can no longer smile symmetrically, or that one arm feels unusually weak or unresponsive. This type of weakness is a clear red flag that the brain may not be receiving adequate blood flow. Another frequent warning sign is difficulty speaking or understanding speech. This can manifest as slurred words, garbled sentences, or the inability to form coherent thoughts and communicate them verbally. Sometimes, the person experiencing the stroke may not even be aware of how their speech is affected, which is why bystanders often play a crucial role in recognizing the signs. Language difficulties are the result of disrupted brain activity in areas responsible for communication, and this disruption is one of the hallmark symptoms of a stroke. Vision problems also commonly accompany strokes. This can include sudden blurred or double vision, a partial or complete loss of vision in one or both eyes, or seeing flashing lights or shadows. These visual disturbances are often temporary but are a serious indication that something is interfering with normal brain function. Loss of balance, dizziness, or a sudden inability to walk straight without stumbling are additional warning signs. These symptoms can be particularly dangerous because they may lead to falls or injuries, further complicating an already critical situation. Sudden severe headaches, especially when they appear without any known cause, can also indicate a stroke, particularly hemorrhagic strokes, which involve bleeding in the brain. These headaches are often described as the worst headache a person has ever experienced and may be accompanied by nausea, vomiting, or a loss of consciousness. Although headaches are common in everyday life, any abrupt and intense headache, especially in older adults or those with known risk factors, should be treated as a possible warning sign of stroke. The challenge in recognizing these symptoms lies in their inconsistency. Some individuals may experience only 1 or 2 mild symptoms that resolve within minutes. This phenomenon is known as a transient ischemic attack, or TIA, often referred to as a mini-stroke. Although TIAs do not cause permanent damage, they are a critical warning signal that a major stroke may follow. Unfortunately, many people ignore these signs, assuming that since they feel fine afterward, there is no cause for concern. This misconception can be deadly because a TIA is often the bogus way of sounding an alarm before a full-blown stroke strikes. In addition to understanding the symptoms, it is equally important to recognize the common lifestyle mistakes that dramatically increase the risk of stroke, particularly among seniors. One of the most significant contributors is a diet high in processed and high-sodium foods. These foods, including canned soups, processed meats, frozen meals, and salty snacks, contribute to high blood pressure, which is the single most important risk factor for stroke. Consuming excessive sodium causes the body to retain water, increasing the volume of blood the heart must pump and placing extra strain on arteries. Another critical mistake is leading a sedentary lifestyle. Physical inactivity not only contributes to weight gain and obesity but also increases blood pressure and cholesterol levels, both of which are linked to stroke. Seniors who spend long periods sitting or lying down without regular movement may unknowingly raise their risk of developing clots or worsening arterial health. Even light activity, such as walking for a few minutes every hour, can significantly reduce these risks. Poor stress management is another overlooked factor. Chronic stress leads to prolonged elevation of cortisol, the body's stress hormone. Elevated cortisol over time increases blood pressure, encourages unhealthy eating habits, and negatively affects sleep quality, all of which create a dangerous internal environment conducive to stroke. Unfortunately, many seniors either do not recognize the role of stress in their health or feel powerless to control it. Tobacco use remains a major contributor to stroke risk, even among older adults who may have smoked for decades. Smoking damages blood vessels, raises blood pressure, and increases the likelihood of clot formation. Similarly, excessive alcohol consumption can lead to hypertension, heart rhythm disturbances, and liver damage, further complicating cardiovascular health. Despite widespread public awareness about the dangers of smoking and drinking, these habits persist, especially among individuals who use them as coping mechanisms for loneliness, anxiety, or boredom. Another common mistake is failing to properly manage existing health conditions. High blood pressure, diabetes, and high cholesterol are all significant stroke risk factors, yet many seniors either do not take prescribed medications regularly or do not follow through on necessary lifestyle changes. Some may avoid regular doctor visits due to cost, fear, or the mistaken belief that they feel fine. This reluctance to engage in preventive healthcare is particularly dangerous because many of these conditions do not present obvious symptoms until they have already caused substantial internal damage. Lastly, dehydration is an often overlooked but surprisingly significant risk factor. Older adults are more prone to dehydration because the sensation of thirst diminishes with age. When the body is dehydrated, the blood becomes thicker, making it more likely to clot. Dehydration also leads to lower blood volume, which can cause dizziness, fainting, and increased cardiovascular strain. Ensuring adequate hydration is a simple yet powerful way to support overall vascular health. All of these factors, symptoms, lifestyle mistakes, and unmanaged health conditions, interact in complex ways, often compounding the risk of stroke over time. The tragedy is that most of these risks are modifiable with simple, consistent daily habits. By becoming more aware of the subtle signs and addressing common mistakes, individuals can take proactive steps to reduce their stroke risk significantly. Recognizing that small, unnoticed symptoms may signal deeper underlying issues is the first step toward prevention. Adopting healthier habits, even later in life, can make a profound difference in maintaining independence, protecting cognitive function, and ensuring a longer, healthier life free from the devastating effects of stroke. The human body is an extraordinary system, capable of healing and defending itself when given the right conditions. At the heart of stroke prevention lies a simple yet powerful biological process: maintaining healthy blood flow and reducing inflammation inside the arteries. Most strokes happen when a blood clot blocks the flow of oxygen-rich blood to the brain. This blockage is often the result of a buildup of fatty deposits, known as plaque, along the walls of blood vessels. Over time, these deposits can narrow the arteries, creating a dangerous environment where clots can easily form and trigger a stroke. The key to reducing this risk lies in understanding how certain natural compounds and daily habits can influence the body's internal balance. Research shows that some foods, particularly those rich in antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, can help reduce inflammation, improve circulation, and lower blood pressure. For example, foods high in potassium, such as leafy greens, bananas, and sweet potatoes, help the body regulate sodium levels, which in turn helps control blood pressure. Lowering sodium while increasing potassium intake can significantly reduce the strain on blood vessels, keeping them more flexible and less prone to blockages. One simple natural drink, used in many traditional cultures, combines ingredients known to support cardiovascular health. Lemon, rich in vitamin C, acts as a natural antioxidant, protecting cells from damage. Garlic has been shown to lower blood pressure and improve arterial flexibility. Ginger, another powerful ingredient, helps reduce inflammation and can thin the blood slightly, reducing the risk of clot formation. Adding a small amount of apple cider vinegar can further help balance blood sugar and cholesterol levels. These ingredients, when combined into a daily drink, create a powerful natural remedy that supports the body's own healing mechanisms without relying on synthetic medications. Scientific studies have confirmed that regular consumption of these natural compounds can lead to measurable improvements in cardiovascular markers within days. For instance, garlic supplements have been shown to reduce systolic and diastolic blood pressure by several points. Even small reductions in blood pressure can significantly lower the risk of both stroke and heart disease over time. Similarly, citrus fruits like lemon provide bioflavonoids that strengthen blood vessels and improve circulation. Another important factor in stroke prevention is maintaining healthy blood viscosity. When blood is too thick, it moves more slowly through the circulatory system, increasing the risk of clots. Staying well hydrated and including anti-inflammatory foods can help keep blood flowing smoothly. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in flaxseed, walnuts, and fatty fish, are particularly beneficial for thinning the blood naturally and reducing inflammation throughout the body. In addition to nutrition, gentle daily movement plays a crucial role. Even light activities such as walking for 15 to 20 minutes can stimulate circulation, improve blood pressure, and enhance oxygen delivery to the brain. Movement helps the heart pump more efficiently, keeps arteries flexible, and reduces the likelihood of blood stagnation, which can lead to clot formation. Stress management also affects stroke risk. Chronic stress leads to persistent high levels of cortisol, which raises blood pressure and increases inflammation. Incorporating simple breathing exercises, mindfulness, or relaxing music into daily life can help reduce stress hormones and support heart health. The simplicity of this science is what makes it so accessible. There is no need for expensive treatments or complicated routines. By consistently making small, manageable changes, drinking a natural remedy, adding healthy foods, staying active, and reducing stress, the body begins to repair and protect itself from within. These actions, supported by decades of scientific research, offer a powerful yet overlooked method for reducing stroke risk naturally and effectively. For centuries, natural ingredients have been used in traditional medicine to support heart health and improve circulation, yet most people are unaware of how powerful these simple remedies can be in reducing the risk of stroke. The secret lies in combining a few specific, easily available ingredients into a daily drink that helps lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and protect blood vessels from damage. This natural solution requires no expensive supplements or complicated preparation, making it accessible to anyone willing to take control of their health. The first ingredient is fresh lemon, rich in vitamin C and antioxidants that help prevent the buildup of plaque in the arteries. Lemon also supports better blood flow by strengthening blood vessel walls and reducing oxidative stress, a key factor in cardiovascular disease. The second ingredient is garlic, long known for its ability to lower blood pressure and improve circulation. Garlic contains allicin, a compound that helps relax blood vessels, allowing blood to flow more freely and reducing strain on the heart. It also has natural anti-clotting properties, which is essential in preventing the formation of dangerous blood clots that can trigger a stroke. The third ingredient is ginger, which has powerful anti-inflammatory effects. Chronic inflammation is one of the hidden causes of arterial damage and plaque buildup. By including ginger, the body receives natural compounds that help keep blood vessels open and flexible, reducing the chances of a blockage. Ginger also helps improve digestion and can assist in regulating blood sugar levels, which further protects against vascular damage. The fourth component is apple cider vinegar. This ingredient has been shown to help lower cholesterol and blood sugar, both of which play a role in the development of stroke. Apple cider vinegar also improves circulation by supporting healthier arteries and reducing the stiffness that often comes with aging. The acidity of the vinegar, when combined with the alkalizing properties of lemon, creates a balanced internal environment that supports overall cardiovascular wellness. To prepare this drink, one simply needs to squeeze the juice of half a lemon into a glass, add 1 small clove of finely chopped or crushed garlic, grate a teaspoon of fresh ginger, and mix in 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Warm water is added to fill the glass, and the mixture is stirred well. This drink is best consumed in the morning on an empty stomach to maximize its benefits throughout the day. For those sensitive to strong flavors, a teaspoon of natural honey can be added to soften the taste without reducing the drink's effectiveness. Consistent daily use of this natural remedy can begin to show effects within the first 7 days. Many people notice a gradual improvement in blood pressure, increased energy, and a sense of overall well-being. The ingredients work together to gently support the body's natural healing processes, helping to clear the arteries, improve blood flow, and protect the brain from the risk of stroke. Unlike synthetic medications that often come with side effects, this natural combination works in harmony with the body, offering protection without harm. The simplicity of the recipe means that it can easily become part of a daily routine, serving as a small but powerful step toward long-term health and independence. At this stage, it becomes essential to focus on strengthening the positive changes that have already begun to take place. Once initial improvements in blood pressure, circulation, and overall well-being are noticed, maintaining and reinforcing these results ensures long-term protection against stroke and other cardiovascular risks. Consistency is the key to success. The body responds positively to small but regular actions, and by making these new habits part of daily life, the benefits will not only remain but grow over time. A crucial part of this process involves continuing the natural remedy each morning. Over time, the body adapts to healthier patterns of blood flow, reduced inflammation, and better oxygen delivery to vital organs. The daily intake of lemon, garlic, ginger, and apple cider vinegar helps keep the arteries clear and flexible, reducing the chances of clot formation. In parallel, maintaining a balanced diet filled with fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats supports this internal healing. Reducing or eliminating processed foods, excess salt, and unhealthy fats will prevent new plaque buildup and maintain steady blood pressure levels. Physical activity also plays an indispensable role. While strenuous exercise is not necessary, engaging in light to moderate movement daily keeps the heart and blood vessels active. Walking, gentle stretching, or even simple household activities help improve circulation, prevent blood stagnation, and support heart health. The combination of natural remedies, proper nutrition, and physical activity forms the foundation of a sustainable lifestyle that protects against stroke. Stress management should not be overlooked. Chronic stress can quickly undo progress by raising cortisol levels, increasing blood pressure, and causing inflammation. Incorporating calming practices such as deep breathing, spending time in nature, or practicing mindfulness helps maintain inner balance. Quality sleep is equally important. The body repairs itself during rest, and poor sleep can contribute to hypertension and increase the risk of stroke. Establishing a regular sleep routine, limiting caffeine, and creating a calming environment at night supports both mental and physical recovery. Hydration remains a simple yet powerful tool. Drinking enough water each day keeps blood at the right viscosity, ensuring smooth circulation and reducing the risk of clot formation. Older adults often underestimate their hydration needs, so setting a gentle reminder to drink water regularly can have a meaningful impact on vascular health. Staying hydrated also supports energy levels, concentration, and overall well-being. Equally important is regular monitoring. Tracking blood pressure at home allows early detection of any negative trends. Keeping a simple log of daily readings can help identify patterns and provide motivation to continue healthy habits. If necessary, periodic medical checkups can ensure that underlying conditions such as high cholesterol or diabetes remain well managed. By integrating these elements into everyday life, the individual builds a strong defense against stroke. The initial gains achieved within the first days serve as motivation, but the real strength comes from repetition and long-term commitment. Each small daily choice contributes to creating a body that is more resilient, more balanced, and less vulnerable to the devastating effects of stroke. The journey to better health is not about perfection but about steady, thoughtful actions that become second nature over time. For many years, Margaret, a retired teacher in her late 70s, lived with the quiet fear of stroke lingering in the back of her mind. She had watched several friends suffer the devastating effects of strokes. Some lost their mobility, others their speech, and a few never fully recovered. Despite her growing concern, she followed the same routines every day, believing that the symptoms would never come for her. She occasionally felt dizzy, sometimes her hands would tingle, and her blood pressure was often high, but she brushed these signs aside, thinking they were just part of aging. Everything changed one quiet morning when Margaret suddenly experienced a strange sensation in her left arm. It felt heavy, almost numb. At first, she ignored it, convinced it would pass. But within minutes, her speech slurred, and she felt herself losing balance. Thankfully, her neighbor noticed something was wrong and called for help immediately. The doctors confirmed she had suffered a transient ischemic attack, a mini-stroke, a final warning before a major event could have struck. Lying in the hospital bed, Margaret realized how close she had come to permanent damage or even death. It was a wake-up call she could not ignore. Determined to take control of her life, Margaret began making small but powerful changes. She started each day with the natural remedy that combined lemon, garlic, ginger, and apple cider vinegar. Though the taste was unfamiliar at first, she quickly began to notice small improvements. Her blood pressure stabilized, the dizziness faded, and her energy returned. More importantly, her confidence grew. She no longer felt like a passive observer in her own health but an active participant. Alongside this, she made time each day to walk around her garden, breathe deeply, and practice calmness. Within weeks, she felt stronger, both physically and emotionally. Margaret's story is a reminder that it's never too late to change. The body has a remarkable ability to heal when given the right tools, and small daily actions can mean the difference between dependence and independence. Across the world, countless others face the same silent danger of stroke, unaware that prevention is within reach. The challenge is simple but powerful: take just one step today. Begin with one glass of the natural remedy, a short walk, or even a few minutes of calm breathing. Consistency is key. By taking action, not only can stroke risk be reduced, but life itself can be filled with new energy, hope, and freedom. The choice to start belongs to each person, and the results can change everything. In the end, the path to reducing stroke risk is simple yet powerful. Small daily actions, like drinking the natural remedy, staying active, managing stress, and eating nourishing foods, create lasting protection over time. The body responds to consistency, gradually healing and strengthening the heart, blood vessels, and brain. Even those who have ignored warning signs can turn things around by starting today. With each positive choice, the risk of stroke decreases, and life regains balance, energy, and hope. The journey is always worth it because good health means freedom, independence, and the chance to truly live.